Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Dio, Lauren Frey, and the upcoming Mouth of the Dragon, the sequel to I the Dragon. Please look forward to that. So, the Valve Steam Deck is now upon us. Launching on the 25th of February, this thing was supposed to destroy the Nintendo Switch. It was supposed to make the console obsolete. It was supposed to put Nintendo out of business, and Nintendo fans like myself would be crying in their parents' basement or something like that. I don't remember exactly what Oh No It's Alex said, but it was something along those lines. Uh, what Review Tech USA said, what any of these people said. I haven't watched these videos from those people in months, but um, what essentially has happened is that the narrative has crumbled. Right. What was supposed to happen is that the Switch would be PTFO right out of the gate by this handheld gaming PC, but instead people are observing a lot of very notable issues in regards to this overpriced piece of hardware. Emulators don't work. The control sticks are drifting. Not every game on Steam is available. Like there are all sorts of like issues that just have built up to the point where I don't think anyone would really consider this to be a viable product. The only people I see seriously picking up Steam Decks are people who review technology professionally. Like that's it. Like Valve fanboys have no need for it because they already have gaming PCs. Like Switch fanboys aren't going to switch over because you can't legally play Nintendo games on it. Like Xbox and PlayStation fans aren't going to get a Steam Deck. They're not just going to magically switch to Steam. Like there's no reason to. Like it's all the same shit. Like the Valve Steam Deck is a new piece of technology in a market that has no real desire for it, right? Like people can bang around all they want about like, oh man, you can pirate all this stuff and do this or that with it, but what it amounts to really, when you get right down to it, is that it's an inferior product at a more expensive price in a market that is already saturated with superior products. Like essentially, there is no demographic for the Valve Steam Deck. The only reason anyone was seriously hyping this thing up was because it was a means to downplay the Nintendo Switch for a few months until the narrative started to shift again. Until I think now what the industry is trying to do is say that like the Switch 2 is on the horizon, and that you shouldn't buy a Switch now or buy any Switch games because like obviously the Super Switch will have like better versions of those same games available at launch. Like it's the same thing. We've seen this play out time and time again, like for decades now. The gaming media will not acknowledge Nintendo as the industry leader and only true innovator in the gaming space. Like they will continue hyping up the Steam Deck. They will continue pretending Xbox and PlayStation is relevant. They'll continue doing this or that. Like I've seen Review Tech USA like try to sell people on this thing called an Evercade. I have no idea what the fuck it is, but it's a thing that exists. I have no idea what it is. But I don't think these kinds of platforms are really going to be relevant in the future. They are going to become increasingly niche. They are going to become increasingly fringe, and Nintendo is kind of going to dominate the mainstream space going forward. I don't see Steam Deck. Steam Deck is essentially dead on arrival. In other words, like there are too many problems with it. It's too expensive. It's too fringe. I think the only thing really keeping it going, the only reason people bought into it was this fantasy of it outperforming Nintendo Switch. But within the launch window, it is very apparent to anyone who is seriously looking to this platform that that is simply not going to happen.